Thank you so much for being willing to help out with this data entry, which involves copying learner sites and corresponding Google Sheets. I'm going to walk through this process, which is about a 5-step process. What you're going to do is you're going to start with whatever template I send you. So that could be freshman, ninth, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, one of those grades. It could be any of those. And essentially, it's going to have a list of students along with it. So let's say you get 10th grade. I've actually already done some of these, so I'm going to go down to where I left off, which is Natalie Gonzalez. So I'll be doing Chase Hamilton as I do this walkthrough for you. So I'm going to look at the next student on my list, knowing I need to make Chase Hamilton's learner site along with his Google Sheets workbook. And I ended up with Natalie Gonzalez, the person before. I've checked everything and everything looks good, and I've already published. So I'm just going to go to these 3 dots right here, hit those, and duplicate site. So I know the name of my next learner is Chase Hamilton. Chase is in 10th grade, so he's going to be in the class of 2023, so I'm saving it in that folder. I'm duplicating. And what that's going to do is start the copy. It's going to actually send the copy to my email once I'm done, or to your email adversely. In the meantime, while it's copying, I can come over to my Google Sheets workbook, pardon me, and I can hit File and make a copy. Now on this one, I'm going to put Chase's last name first. So Hamilton, double check that I spelled it right. Yep, also saving in the 2023 folder. I don't need to click anything, and I can just click OK. And after I make Chase's workbook, I'm pretty quickly going to exit out of the one that I copied it from because it's easy to confuse those. And I'm going to check in with my email and see if the copy is ready. And it is. So I'll go ahead and click Chase Hamilton. There's the site that I made, which means I can click out of Natalie's. So now I just have the new learner site and then the set of sheets. Now you're going to see here this reference, and when I click it, I'm going to allow access. And this will allow access for all these tabs at the bottom. And this is still loading. I'm going to make sure it's loading okay. It looks good. Perfect. All right, so now we're kind of to the bones of the data entry that we're going to do. We see that in the left-hand corner, Natalie's name is still on the site, so we'll go ahead and change that for the new learner. That's the first point of entry. Then we're going to scroll down, and everything that we change here has a corresponding feature over on the sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and under the points I've earned for my house, you're going to see this no data box. Now, in order to just get that box, I'm going to click it twice. And I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I don't need it anymore because that's the old learner's box. And now I'm going to get Chase's box. In order to do that, I have to change 3 functions from Natalie's name to Chase's name. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight Natalie's name. And I'm going to be changing that to Hamilton, Chase. I'm going to double check that I spelled it right. Hamilton. Yep, everything looks good, and hit enter. And nothing will pop up, so don't be afraid. So that was on the very first sheet tab called Behavior Data. And then you don't need to do anything to the Behavior Dashboard right now. It's every other tab where the function is we're going to name it. So Behavior Data, Build Town Literacy, and the last one is the House Points. Behavior Data, Build Town Literacy, and then scroll over to the House Points. That is the only 3 names you have to change up here in the functions. So I'm going to click on Billtown Literacy because I've done the behavior data. Again, I see Natalie's name here at the end. I want to change it to my new learner. There we go. We're going to hit enter. Pretty simple. Nothing really changes there. And then again, the third one is house points. And I see Natalie's name up there again. So go ahead and change that to Hamilton Chase. Enter. Perfect. Now I'm in a great position to go ahead and get started. So on the tab right next to house points, you're going to see personal points. Go ahead and click that tab. It's just a big chart that says no data. I'm going to have some options right above it, and I'm going to click publish chart. I'm going to make sure this says house points earned. And there we go. I'm going to publish that. It's going to ask if I'm sure. I'm going to click OK. Just going to copy that. And then I'm going to go to the learner site. From here, I'm just going to click, I'm going to use one button this whole time, and that's the embed button. So click embed. Make sure you're still on that first page for points I've earned for my house. The last word, if you want to double check that this is right, that you've got the right link, is interactive, and you can see the preview where it says no data. So I know it's the right thing. I'm going to insert. It's going to pull it all the way to the bottom, and we're just going to drag it to where we want it on the screen, which is where the one we deleted was. So right above there, it'll show blue right above that box. You'll release, and there we go. There's the no data. So now that's their chart on their site. Now I'll just scroll up and go ahead and navigate to the Billtown behavior progress. This corresponds to the sheets, and what I'm looking for is behavior dashboard. So we don't want behavior data, okay? We want behavior dashboard. We don't want behavior performance. We want behavior dashboard. You'll know you're right because you'll be able to see it in your preview. You're going to go ahead and click publish, and this box has just stayed open from the last time you published something. So you're just using this drop down menu to navigate to publish something else. I'll go ahead and copy. The last word should be true. I'll go over to Chase. I'll scroll down. And down here, we see a built-on behavior dashboard. We also see that this is still Natalie's dashboard. So that's what we're replacing. I'm going to double click that. Go ahead and just backspace, or there's a trash can in the corner you can use. Again, I'm only using one button here. It's the embed button. I'm going to go ahead, paste, and I'll be able to tell if this is correct because here, yep, I should see the dashboard with 3 graphs below. I'm going to go ahead and click insert, and that's all I have to do on that one. All done. The last one is the core skill progress. And when I scroll down, I see Natalie's is here. So I'm going to go ahead, double click it, and backspace, or again, there's this trash can right here. I'm going to go back to Chase's sheets. This is still open. So I'm going to go ahead and click the drop down menu and scroll down to Billtown Literacy Dashboard. So I'm always looking for the dashboards here. Billtown Literacy Dashboard. I'm going to click it, publish, yes, copy, and again, only button we ever use, embed, and paste. The last word again is true, and I'll see the preview. It's the dashboard with 4 graphs. Now, the one little thing you have to adjust after you've embedded this is pull this down to make sure all the graphs are showing. And once you see that all the graphs are showing here, you're good to go. I can go over this. I can go back and make sure everything is as I want it. And if it is, I'll just double check that Chase's name is here. And what I like to do is do one more walkthrough of the places where I changed Chase's name in the functions. So I'm going to start with the house points. Hamilton Chase looks correct. Then Billtown Literacy. Hamilton Chase looks correct. And behavior data. Hamilton Chase looks correct. Perfect. So now I'm ready to publish. And Chase Hamilton, sometimes they'll want to put a dash here, and I just delete that. You go ahead and publish it, and you're good to go. That learner is all set. And you're setting yourself up for the next learner, because now you're going to go back up here, click the three dots, duplicate site. It's going to ask you what you want to name it. So I'll check with the name of my next learner, who is Joseph Johnson. I'm coming up back up here. I am gonna change this to Joseph Johnson. And I'm gonna go ahead, make sure 2023, still in sophomore, so we're good. And I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate, and that's gonna get sent to my email. While I'm doing that, I can go ahead and make a copy of my sheets. File, make a copy, and then of course on this one, I'm doing last name first. Joseph. 2023. And now I am set up for the next learner. So I can X out of Chase, check my email and see if it's there. I like to keep these right by each other. And my copy is ready. So I can go ahead and hit that. And Joseph Johnson, there he is. So I'm ready to go with the next learner. And that is the data entry. You can review or reach out if you have any questions. Have a great day, and thank you so much for helping me out today. It is greatly, greatly appreciated.